Okay,
At least for a little
Hi.
while.
I'm
Hello.
surprised Lowenthal is not in Destiny.
Where?
at
Hi
all.
DJ. Hi DJ Stream.
Hi.
Yo,
We were just shooting the shit.
No,
talking about
that's
Yuri
what I
Lowenthal.
figured because I managed to hit every single fucking red light on the way home.
It's fine. It's just that we were talking about Yuri Lowenthal in places where he shouldn't all.
surprisingly, Lowenthal is not in Destiny. So
Really?
yeah, I'm like scrolling down, and like I'm hitting games that definitely released before Destiny now.
I was about to say, how well do you know Naruto?
Yes.
We don't speak of
Sasuke.
Naruto.
Yeah.
So Sasuke, okay,
Yeah.
you just said that.
Well,
didn't.
I was going to, but then Snowy pulled up the thing and it's like, well, just send it to him and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I said I'd find it within like 2 minutes.
No,
Oh.
see, I'd take the long way.
Also, I have watched all of Naruto up until it hit Boruto, and then I stopped.
Yeah, so he.
Yeah,
he
no,
voices
that's the
apparently-
appropriate one. That's
I
the
was gonna say
appropriate
he-
stopping point.
I was gonna say he
Boruto
voices
just
the
freaking
fool.
sucks.
Like, I like clips I've seen of it. But, like,
It's
you
just
know,
the
the
show.
clips of Naruto.
Yeah, like it's just I honestly don't know why they continued it.
Well, you know, here's the thing. They stopped it indefinitely recently because of how many people don't like it.
Womp womp.
I'm honestly
Anyway.
not surprised.
I think we should get back on
No,
crazy train.
we're going down Lowenthal's IMDb.
Is that just going to be today's session? Is instead
Yeah, I'm
talking about
sorry.
voice actors?
Yeah, it's
This
now
is why-
officially podcast time.
This is why I need to get like an official name for like when I host tabletop stuff, because that way I can just like say, "Oh, welcome to such and such," where we do occasionally roll dice.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, why don't you call it such and such?
Because BS.
Because that is not a good name.
Do you know Ben 10, Sage?
Yes, and
Yeah, it started
Starting
when an
at-
alien device did
I was
what
gonna
it
say
did.
starting with teenager Ben. He was
Yeah.
voiced by Lowenthal.
He's got
Okay.
superpowers. He's no ordinary kid.
I'm
He's
going
Ben
to
10.
punch you, Snowy.
Snowy.
because his
Alright,
name
cool.
is Ben 10. Alright,
Anyway,
let's
as
go
I
ahead.
as I
Yeet you.
as I throw Lowenthal out the window.
Also, DJ, I DM'd you on Twitter something. I didn't know if you wanted me to post on your page, so I just DM'd it to you.
I haven't even paid attention to my Twitter at all.
I'm just like, well, I did like
need
5
to
minutes
fucking
ago. That's
send
all
out
I'm
that
letting you
tweet. Thank you for reminding me, though.
know. You're welcome.
Just
All right.
I will take the royalties
Frustrating.
for the cost of a high five. Yeah.
He's gonna high five you in the face.
that is cursed as fuck, and you know it.
That's why I didn't post it.
That's cursed, man.
Shut up.
I'm sorry, I'm on Twitter and I just see someone I follow who's changed their name to Sex Butt McGee.
Oh, God,
What?
Fucking damn it.
Okay, back. Okay, do the recap.
No, I'm befuddled. Give me a sec. I gotta refocus.
Listen, April Fool's Day was one hell of a day.
I'm gonna put this in the Pathfinder
Sonic
chat.
dying. Death of
No,
Sonic.
I'll put it in our chat so y'all can get the full brunt of whatever I'm talking about.
Oh god. Not the brunt. Brunt's a good word, by the way.
Okay, so last time on Starfinder, Fly Free or Die, we died. All right,
No,
let's
we
go home,
didn't.
guys. Fuck,
We went to the bar.
we didn't actually.
Or was
Oh, we
it
did.
the-
We did. Yeah, we did. You guys
Yeah,
picked up your job. You know, to sell expensive ass. Well, sorry, to take expensive ass guns to a military that's currently forcefully kicking people off the planet. Something about divine right and like they settled here a long time ago. So fuck anyone else who settles.
Exactly.
The hobgoblin armies are like, fuck you, we want our planet back. It's like, but you haven't been here in years, fuck you. So yeah. And you guys loaded up in your ship and you're flying out there too. Let's get the name of that place.
A place.
You're going to Voxa. Or yeah, VOHXA.
I'm getting called for something.
Voxa. I'm continuing. Wait. He just wait. The guy piloting the ship just left. You're gonna crash.
Don't worry, Akion takes over.
So, the journey to Voxa is uneventful. However, I do need. Hey Ari,
Mm-hmm.
roll me a d6.
You got it, Chief.
So it takes about 2 galactic standard days to get to Voxa.
Right, I think.
There we
As
go.
you enter the atmosphere and start, preparing for descent, you see a small world awash in snow and rock. It's jutting mountain peaks competing with lofty factory towers that clutter this planet's surface. You know that for a time this was a mining colony, but it's recently been forcefully invaded, as after you see a couple of them, you start to see these massive, warships just basically patrolling the upper skies. As you guys are flying over, you are immediately hailed as you guys are just at let's say, fuck, I actually gotta look at a fact real quick.
Oh boy.
Is it a fun fact?
Probably not.
I like the ones that are unfun.
When you hit about the, let's say, 5,000 miles above surface kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
you're immediately hailed by
Okay, I'm
the
back.
gold. Wow!
It's snowing. I'm not in the mood for theatrics right now. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Trying to stay nice.
All of this is theatrics. Okay.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. This
Anyway,
is
continue
theatrics
with
for mine.
continue
Anyway,
with your
you're
plot.
hailed by a sword class attack vessel, approximately about twice the size of your vessel, as you can just see it just basically speeding towards you as it hails. This is the Gadarian Authority attack vessel Falchion. Identify yourselves in your mission.
Yes, since Alk temporarily took over piloting, she goes, shit.
She goes, ah, shit.
No, shit. My brain decided to turn off. We are a, Evangelied Emerson transport vessel.
Hello?
Hello.
You cut off.
Repeat. Yeah, you cut off a bit.
No, she just quietly says that they're a freighter.
And what is your mission?
We have a bunch of goods that need to be delivered.
Send a copy of the manifest.
She just kind of types in some.
I'm guessing
Quick
Amaranto's also at the helm.
Yep.
Okay, can I just do a sense motive on this?
You can't sense motive since you can't directly see the thing. You're just situating. The best way to try to gain more information is if, let's say, the science officer or the engineer was to try to scan the sword class vessel next to you.
Okay.
Because there's not really much motive to get from just a very monotone voice demanding of you.
Yeah.
But as the copy of the manifest is sent over, it's all right, stay in area while we scan you over on the cargo. After a bit, you'll be free to go. I don't want you all lollygagging on the planet. Get your mission done and get out.
Alkian's probably just doing her usual staring thing.
So, as the Falchion begins to examine and scan your cargo, is there anything you guys do in return?
Eat a piece of toast. I took out my tail.
What is that?
Sorry,
Oh.
I'm doing wire crimping. I'm making an Ethernet cable because no one else in this house knows freaking do it. So I'm just trying to use the stripper portion.
Fair. I mean, Alk is probably just gonna stay at the helm because there's not really much reason for her to not be.
Is anyone going to scan the ship back?
Amaranto will because Alk's taking over. But so what I do for that?
So, this would be a computer's check.
I mean, Alk. I mean, Ari. What's Alk's computer's check?
She has a +9.
You would you can we both roll it and take the higher?
Or
Or
you
just
know what?
one of us?
I'll let you.
Okay.
Because I gotta pull up the page real quick.
Retrieving my coin from the dice jail.
I mean, that's an 18. That's still not that bad.
Yeah, an 18, not bad.
Alright.
Wait a sec.
Okay.
You're right, 18.
I'm sorry, Jay. That's just funny.
I'm
You know what? Get those
I'm
ones
just
out
livid.
Get the ones out
Double
early.
checking some information. Like, I gotta make sure I get the information for y'all correct. Alright. So, what you're able to get from that is that this is a medium explorer under the employ of the Gadarian Authority, and from your scanning, you can see that it's heavily outfitted with multiple weapons and can, at any given time, have up to...
Probably blow us out of the freaking sky, right?
Yeah, blow you out of the fucking sky. With anywhere from 10 to 20... give me a sec.
You can blow our ass into next Thursday.
And
Basically.
yeah, anywhere up to 10 to 20 crew members currently on there. It is fucking insane. Actually,
what else is fucking insane?
no, it's not 10 to 20. I'm reading the wrong one. It is actually 6
Traffic
to
lights.
10. Yeah.
I mean, that's still a decent amount of people.
But after a couple minutes, they immediately say, all right, you have been given permission to land at Labor Camp 1120. It should be a couple clicks north of here. Any deviation from this flight plan will be sustained with anti-aircraft fire.
Very well.
Your business and be gone.
I'm not staying very long.
As before you're even able to say that, the comms channel just closes.
Dickheads.
Oh, Akio! Looks like she's about to say something, but then she just looks at Amaranto and then closes her mouth.
A simple clop. Come on, why are my headphones like this right now? Alright. So, from there on, it's probably safe to assume that you guys are just going to fly over there, no issue.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright. As you descend a bit further down, descend further down, just past off the mountain, the signs of the war and conflict become a great deal more apparent. From where you guys started, everything seems slightly idyllic, as if the war hadn't hit this part yet. But now you see blast craters, wrecked vehicles, like blast craters and wrecked vehicles across highways, shattered stumps of smoke screens rise from shut down factories, and seemingly tracks of like tank or other heavy artillery that crisscross the countryside. However, the labor camp you are all to be going to comes to view. A large rectangular compound nestled against the foot of the mountain. Seemingly heavily protected, though, as multiple guard towers with gun implements stand at the corners and in between places. You're able to see that within the compound there's a flat landing area with several parked vehicles and enough room for your ship. As you go there to land, as the landing process is going, and the landing gear begins to engage, everyone at the front of the ship, they can see just through the windshield a small squad of a couple hobgoblin troopers approach, led by a officer with a data pad in their hand.
Hello?
If you let me finish.
Well,
As you guys step off to prepare,
you paused lengthily, so I thought it was
I was gonna say I heard that. So
as you guys disembark and wait for instruction, the female hobgoblin officer strides forward, waving datapad, and their squad is close behind. It's like, what are you doing here? This camp is not cleared for civilian access.
We're not civilians. We're here to drop off a shipment.
A shipment? A shipment of what?
Amaranto composes himself and shipment of weapons, and he holds out a data slate with the manifest on it.
She takes a look and he looks at it and just looks aghast. Like, can't unload 50 tons of personal armaments here. Do you not realize where we are? This is a prison labor camp. Do you think it's a wise idea to put laser rifles and frag grenades a few yards from a desperate swarm of vermin? As she gestures to dwarven, human, and other prisoners in threadbare clothing,
Hey,
doing work.
This is where we were told to drop.
Did you use the word vermin?
Yes.
He's gonna spit on the ground, he being Jerry. Just right on the ground.
I was gonna say
Big old-
Alcyon just does the thing where she puts her hand in front of him and just goes, "Not yet, Jerry."
Listen, clearly you were
Not
either,
yet.
Don't spit,
Jerry.
That's gonna hit your hand. Just saying.
you were instructed either incorrectly or poorly. I'm not signing off on this unless you all take this plum or safe. We have an armory just up the mountain and a couple trucks. I can spare some soldiers, drive one of them. But if you want your credits, as she points to what you can barely see a compound further up the mountain, you're going to have to go there.
Okay.
Very well, and also, do we actually get a name of the schmuck who told us to land here?
The person that had the in-between guy is Tossi Jarzid.
No,
the
the guy that told us to land here at this camp.
Him would be the one that explicitly told you guys he was the in-between guy. Or no, you didn't. No, you didn't get the name of the guy on the ship that told you guys.
Did we get a serial number of the ship?
Nope.
I'm pretty sure
I
we.
was gonna say, what was the point of scanning the ship that?
Yeah, exactly.
That's fair. All right, cool. Now then, here.
Also,
That's
were
a fair
we
enough
told
assessment.
Specifically land right here with this, or just double checking before I say anything.
Yeah, then there's the serial number in order to make that work, because that makes a lot more sense. I don't know why I fucking blanked on that.
You're good.
That's my bad.
Oh, you're good. And excuse the sound of clicking because freaking crimping cables.
I'm surprised that even picks up on Discord, honestly.
You'd be surprised, honestly.
Yep.
I am surprised.
Are you? Are you though?
Yes.
Are you pleasantly surprised?
Not pleasant, just surprised.
So you're not a pleasant man? I always knew it.
Yeah, barely. Anyways, so if we were supposed to deliver it here, why are we bringing it somewhere else?
Because the bureaucrats don't know how to make up their minds half the time.
Falcon just kind of gestures that there is a good point of this being a peasant camp. Best not to be too unsubtle.
Or at least
Yes.
unnecessarily arm them.
But we were paid to bring the cargo here, we were not.
Yes, but the thing is, if we want our freaking pay, that we gotta do is by the book.
No, they have to change the paperwork. We've already got screwed with them changing the paperwork before.
Speaking of which, if anything, Jerry, could you just check our comms on the ship real quickly and see if we got any notices of a changed contract or change in any sort of information?
Yes, that'd be quite wise, as with this upcoming information, we would need a bit more.
I'm just trying to give y'all a little bit more agency instead of it just being Amaranto and Alk doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why I was saying something. So, like, no, it makes sense. Go check the ship. So,
No, I know.
do I actually
I'm
need to
just
go into
trying.
the ship to check it, or am I able to like just check it like from?
Go ahead and roll me computers or engineering, whichever one is higher. I know it's engineering, but I'm just saying that for the fucking sake of it.
Ironically, it's computers that's highest. I
Oh,
fucking
no.
hate you. I hate you.
First roll.
I hate you. Can I
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
stab him?
Hey. Yes. Go ahead and roll the attack.
No, I log into
the person.
Minecraft and stab him.
Anyways,
Specifically Minecraft.
yes, specifically Minecraft.
Give me a
Instead of going to
sec.
Minecraft,
I'm
it's
supposed to
stabbed.
have a map to open up for y'all. I love it when I need to double check the maps.
There we go. Clean cuts and I have wire bits all over me.
Such is the life.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, this is gonna hit you in the eye.
No, it's just I'm the only
Like a
person in this
big
house
piece of
that knows how to fucking do cat cables.
Hmm.
It's always fun, isn't it?
Yep. Especially when it won't stay in order.
That's the most annoying and fun part, isn't it?
Yep.
Like I said, I had to redo my computer yesterday with changing out a motherboard. And the most annoying thing is the power switch, because God forbid they put that all as one big plug. No, each thing is a little individual one.
Okay. Orange,
Hate
white, orange, green, white, blue, white, green, white, brown, brown. Yep, that's it. Ugh.
I used to be able to set up freaking cat cables, but I haven't done that in ages.
Last time I did was for over 100 feet.
That's literally nothing. It's just two ends, but it's just like, it's just getting them lined up and then crimping them to the point where, and I've got the double crimp on.
Mm-hmm.
I crimped them for class last year.
I mean, I had to do that for class, but I'm saying I haven't done that in real life.
And
for a
also,
while.
note, PSA to everyone's doing Cat 5 cable. Double crimp. Or triple crimp even. Just so you can make sure your wires have... So your contacts have actually pierced the wire casing.
Yeah, because if even one of those are down, you're
Your
either gonna have
cable
no
won't
signal or
freaking
bad
work.
signal.
Your cable won't freaking work. One end done, now time to do the second. Oh
Now,
shit.
when I had to do that, I was living in the basement, and I wanted to make sure that I actually
Had a hard line?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because otherwise,
ain't that
I
a
had-
mood?
The most stable it was like 20 bits per second, which isn't bad when it's stable. But when it's not stable, it goes between 5 and 20, which is not great.
5 and 20 kilobytes or megs?
Megs.
Okay. Anyway, sorry for that tangent. Kill me.
So, as you guys are sitting about, you're finally, you're after a bit. Let me resolve the engineering thing first. Jerry, other than finding like the normal things that your company keeps in order to keep tabs on you, you do find a weird transmitter that seems to have been stashed in one of the crates. But you go ahead and roll me a sense motive on that one.
Yeah.
So he can roll sense motive on the transmitter, but not on the. But I can't roll sense motive on the guy's on the dickhead's voice.
That's
Well,
okay. I got 6.
You can do sense motive because of where he found the transmitter.
I'm just saying.
So that's okay. I only got 6.
I mean, you can re-roll that because we do get a one re-roll.
You do have coin. You do have token.
Nope. Fuck it. Why not? If I don't do it now, am I going to want to use it later? Well,
Probably not.
Most likely. So,
17.
At first you're thinking, yeah, it's maybe like a way to keep track of the shipment if it was to go missing. However, as you kind of like double check some of the shipment before it needs to go out, you realize that only one crate had it. Which is weird, because if it was to keep track of all shipments, wouldn't every crate have one?
What you're saying is this is very sus.
Can
Red
I
Spy
check
and
what's
base.
in the crate?
In the crate is like the normal assortment of 6 infinity rifles with about 10 frag grenades. Like a normal weapons cache.
Does it seem like the inside is shorter than the outside?
From what you can tell, no.
I don't like any of this. I'm going to radio this information over to the crew. So, like, hey,
Yeah, Jerry.
you might want to see this. There's a thing that's kind of not good.
Fine, not good.
Well, there's a transmitter in one crate. It would make sense if it was in all of them to make sure the shipment, but I don't like this.
There's only one, Jim.
Excuse me, just my voice. It's Jerry.
I was gonna say, I guess Alk will kind of go over and check it out since she's the next technological-minded one other than Null, probably.
Yeah, also, is it connected to anything, or is it just there?
It was like laden in like the foam packing.
Always the
Okay,
phone
so-
packing.
So not connected directly to anything, just there.
Yeah, it was stashed under some of the packing for the weapons.
Yeah. Alk just kind of checks with Jerry and is like, I guess. Is there any way for her to check the thing? See if she can figure out how to disable it quietly?
I mean, sure. Go ahead and roll me computers.
Alrighty.
So you're able to send like an electric shock through it so it fries itself.
Mm-hmm.
But like while you were setting that up, you note that while it is a transmitter, it seems to be, instead of like transmitting data, it's like a ping, like it's transmitting location data. It's like once every like couple of minutes there's like a very soft beep.
Alkyon probably, once she's disabled it, just kind of, I guess, throws it at Jerry slightly and it's like, that's probably to make sure we land it here specifically and don't deviate from the location we were given.
So we should be delivering it here then.
Well, it was more that we were told that if we were to deviate from our landing position, we would be shot by anti-aircraft.
True.
Not necessarily that we're not allowed to leave the premises, just our airship was, well, being mocked.
I will say through your small bit of investigation while doing that, it is weirder, especially with your job history, that when it's packages like this, usually every single package has one of these, and it's kind of odd that there's only one here. As if
Yeah, that's why she's hypothesizing that it was the people that told them to land here specifically, and if they tried to land anywhere else, they'd be shot. She's not positive, she's just hypothesizing.
I
If I
positive?
were to re-enable the tracker at some point, what would I have to roll?
considering that it's now broken,
Well, you said Friday. I didn't know if it had a
Right.
safety system. I don't know.
She basically just took its internals and
Made them external.
Okay, no, fair enough.
yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna mouth it for now.
I was gonna say she threw it to him because it's like if anyone's gonna tinker with stuff and probably have the time to do it, it's gonna be you.
Yep. It's cheeked.
See, it's cheat.
Yeah, it's cheek. It's in one of my cheeks.
No,
So-
it's just the verb is fucking weird, man.
Wait, have you ever heard of cheeking something?
Anyway, enough
I'm,
about being careful.
I've heard cheeked
Gonna-
up.
I'm gonna quickly pretend something with this. You guys do know that I'm not doing direct EXP distribution, right?
Yeah, you're doing
Correct.
progression.
Yeah, I'm doing depending on event, a certain amount of EXP is delivered, and it's not really. It's a pseudo way for me to track progression, not a way for y'all to track EXP. Anyway, the 4 people that stayed outside, or I guess the 3 people. Congratulations, you guys get to have a combat encounter.
So the
I-
three
I
people.
will-
Preface.
So 3 people is
Amaranto, Noel, Kelbeck.
no fun.
Because Alk and Jerry are handling cargo.
Well, he's checking the cargo.
Yeah.
Oh, fun. Do we have a map?
Yeah, I'm about to get that set up for you.
Yay, map.
Just gotta do the combat tracker correctly. So
The one thing that you're afraid of this entire thing.
yes, this is what I'm gonna get over now.
No, that's fair. I completely understand. And even better, you have less people that actually need to be on it right now.
So we're going to
He makes up for it by having one more enemy compared to
Adding-
last time anyway.
add encounter to combat tracker, then add players. So add tokens to thing. All right,
Awesome, they actually stayed in order this time.
all right, and then now we add players.
Get back in. Excuse my grumblings as I fight with this Cat 5 cable.
I fully get it. And also, I'd like to, again, since you weren't here, you didn't get me here to say this, my PlayStation controller that's plugged into my PC, the mute button on it, I use to toggle for Discord now. And I love it.
Even though Alk and Jerry aren't in this combat, I'm gonna put them on the map so they can see what's going on. Like a smart person.
Appreciate
Yeah.
it. So we can just watch and, see the encounter happening.
Now,
Hey.
here is the test. Aha! Okay.
I gotta
before I-
make it big.
Before I begin combat, can y'all target those circle boys?
Oh, we would have to reroll our initiatives.
Yeah, go and roll your go. Everyone that's fighting, roll your initiatives.
Did the other two of us
You
do
you
that
opened it.
just
You
so
did it
we're on
wrong,
there?
Snowy.
Can you not target?
No, because I can move the fucking dog.
Motherfucker! All right, cool. Don't
Yeah, I
worry.
was about to say, it gives
Stop,
me like a little
stop,
hand option.
stop it. Just delete this token. Now we're going to grab from here. All right, and then we're going to now. Boop.
Here we go. How's it going in now? How the fuck? 8. 8 everything.
Check if you can target them real quick.
Yep, they're now
I know I
hostile,
picked
so I
up.
can target them.
Woo!
Alright, should Jerry and Elk still roll initiative?
No,
Just in case they get in? Okay.
because y'all are in the ship investigating while this is happening.
I was saying just as a just in case sort of thing.
There are
Bro!
only 2 things here.
Wow, I've not rolled above a 10 today. Shit.
I know, it's really weird.
Snow, you have to delete Vasne.
You're right.
Of the
I have
tracker?
to fucking delete their penis. There you go. Okay.
Did you say delete the penis?
Yes. Okay. So, let me go ahead and read the description of what's happening here so you guys know what's up and it's not just random combat. Alright. As the PCs either work to investigate their cargo or wait around in order to transfer their cargo onto heavy hover trucks, there's a small incident at the helm pen. What you can see is that it seems like the hobgoblin guards routinely force prisoners to feed the camp's hobhounds, dangerous animals bred for war. Because these hounds are aggressive and the prisoners are defenseless, this often might result in injury and death. Today, an unlucky Shirin was forced to do this task. For those that are, meandering about, you're able to catch the attention as you hear a weird barking sound, an even aggressive barking sound. And you see this prisoner attempt to slowly walk in with a bucket full of what seems to be their feed. And the second the barking becomes louder, the Shirin immediately loses confidence, drops the bucket, and bolts out the gate of the pen, pursued by these hounds. They quickly dash right past you with hobgoblin guards chasing after them, where the hobhounds immediately run past them, but seeing 3 new targets, start to bare their teeth at you 3.
1.
It,
Did you roll initiative for the hounds?
yes.
They didn't show up on the tracker.
Oh, I got on the tracker.
Roll
This is
them,
really
select them, and then roll them again individually. Or unless you want to do popcorn initiative for them.
Looks like it default sets to popcorn initiative, so I'll just have them be top of the round for this situation. Okay. So, the Hobblehound 1. It's really a Hobhound. It looks like Hobble because there's supposed to be an L the way it's.
Again, we're not seeing them on the tracker.
Well, don't worry about the tracker right now. I'm just saying, like, it will get to y'all's turn in a second.
Okay, I'm just hanging on.
So, the Hobblehound is going to approach Kalvek. Target. Where are I going to target? Boop. And they're going to... Actually, here, wait. Can I roll this and add them back to your initiative tracker?
Oh, that's a ghost dice. What the hell?
And they did not get added to your initiative tracker.
That's weird.
That is
Do
definitely
you see their
weird.
values? Is it on your side or?
I see the value. I've got the values on my side.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, no, that's.
Let me open it.
Ouch.
Huh?
No, I opened it and they're not on there.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I might have flubbed something. Don't worry.
One of these days we'll figure it out.
So anyway, Galvic. You were bitten for 6
Mark,
SP.
we have not
It
been
was
able to hear you this entire time if you've been talking.
absorbed. Bark.
Alright, there we go. For some reason my mic couldn't pick me up. I
I
kept
was
seeing
gonna
the green
say,
line,
look
like
for-
it was picking me up, but it just couldn't pick me up for real.
Anyway, Bark, you take 6 SP damage.
Okay.
Alright, and then we go to the next one as they run over to Noel. And also attempt to bite. And automatically miss.
Okay.
Next up is Kelvec's turn.
So, since these are of the canine type, can I try to pull the alpha and just do an intimidation against it?
Unfortunately, they are immune to intimidation.
Alright, got it. Murder it is.
I mean, I was gonna go seduction next, but okay, you jumped the gun.
Hey, I mean, you know what? If fighting doesn't work, I'm open to alternatives.
You failed your wrath check, move on to the lust check.
No.
And when that fails, move on to the sloth
No.
check.
No.
I also do wanna I do wanna make it known I am in gravity mode.
Okay.
And
Gravity stance activate.
hit with
Gravity boots. Activate. Wait, that's not activate. Flying away.
Alright, that hits. Roll damage. Six damage. Not a bad initial hit. And that is your turn. Well, unless you want to move.
Nope, I'm good right here.
No! This dog tried to bite you. So you're gonna go run. You can't run into it. You can run. Because that's basically a wall.
It's a vehicle. I'm hopping in the vehicle.
Okay. I mean.
Not my dog's not my problem.
The vehicle is currently locked, so you just make it to the door.
Okay. Not my dog's not my problem.
Right
I shout
here.
at the hobgoblins to deal with their fucking bitches.
Go ahead.
I mean, he's got a point.
So
still
Noel,
playing
as
the
you
character.
run away, I do, however, need to make an attack of opportunity against you. And watch out. So that does hit for 8. What the fuck? Why is the Hobblehound 2 hitting itself? What?
Did you not target Noel?
I apparently wanted him to target the wrong
Himself.
person. So I gotta roll everything again. Don't worry! Noel just keeps having these people roll nat ones on him. Don't worry, he's fine.
I mean, that's one way to.
Anyway, I'll be right back shortly because it's the matter of.
Well, can you take your turn real quick?
Yeah.
Since it is your turn? Yeah. Alright.
But after that, off the mute because I want to get the dustbuster so I can pick up all these wire bits. Holy hell, it's like it's snowed in here.
Oh god!
No, I'm
No,
serious
it's
about
doing
that.
melted.
Okay. Wire casing is all over the place. Okay, Amaranthus is gonna fucking... Shoot.
You're a dog.
Shoot. Can you confirm that movement, please?
Yes.
And he's gonna... No, I don't need portrait selection. And he's going to frickin' use his knife.
You gonna stab a doggy?
Yeah. And because I'm flanking...
Yes, you would get the +2, I believe. Or is it +4 in the system?
I think it's +2. Let me just quickly look at that because I can just do that.
It is a +2 attack bonus.
Thank you. You keep the archives of an Ethis up.
No, I pulled up my DM screen.
And also note if you have any sort of modifier, you can click the modifier box down in the bottom left corner,
And add it.
and then you can just add your modifier in there. There's a +19, and I did not actually target the freaking hound. So do you want me to roll that again?
Yeah. Okay, I want you to roll that again until you hit. Because you did hit. What? Why did you roll the same thing twice?
Okay, what the actual fuck?
Okay, you know what?
I'm rolling until I hit. Okay, now we're just going in numerical order here.
Listen, here, just do me just roll the damage for me. I'll just add it to the fucking hound myself. This is getting ridiculous.
No, I'm rolling until I hit, bitch.
Ah!
DJ, did you try rolling harder?
There we go.
Damage. Go.
Did it actually take the damage or no?
It took the damage. It took the damage.
Okay, good, because it didn't say anything on the map, in the chat. Okay. I knifed it.
Yay!
I'll be right back, because I need to freaking...
I'll do always turn. Okay, let's turn. Okay, it's Hobblehound 1. Alright, we're gonna try biting the Carnash again. Not the Carnash, the Calvec. There's a lot of K names.
Just missed.
Just miss. Please, just miss. Fortunately, it hit. 7 damage. This Hobblehound is going to chase after you, but only make it to about right here. Because reasons. And then we're going to go to Calvec.
Oh, doesn't DJ get an attack of opportunity against the dog?
He does, but he's not here, is it? So when he comes back, I will mention that he gets an attack of opportunity.
DJ, kill the dog.
But he's not here.
Okay. Just gonna smack him. I think I'm still targeting him, right?
You should be.
Yes.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
Also, I do seem to remember that since I still have a positive number for the secondary attack that I can hit again.
So the way this would have to work in Fantasy Grounds is instead of hitting the first thing, you would have had to hit the second thing.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's right. That's right.
If you want me to retract the damage you just, or say you kept the damage there, but you would have to then basically roll for both these attacks real quick, like that.
No, it's good. We can, because I forgot which one it was. If I can use the big modifier first, then take the penalty down to the second modifier. But
Nope, you have to take the penalty for both of the attacks.
Gotcha. Okay, nope, we'll keep it the way it is. I couldn't remember which way it is, and it's already done.
No, the dog. It's there. It's dogging.
How the fuck does this mini thing work? I cast my magic missile at the dog.
All right. Roll damage.
Hold on. It says I have 2 missiles, 1d4 each, so.
Yep.
So plus. Oh. It adds the +1, but only does it once.
So you targeted the Hobblehound 1, right?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, because that's what it automatically defaulted to you. For some reason.
Probably because when you told us to target something, that's the one I clicked on.
That's fair. All right, so remember to go ahead and clear your targeting for next time. I mean, if you try to shoot at the one in front of you, missiles go past and just kill the dog between Calvec and Amaranto.
Just keep walking away.
Just like you missed, yet you somehow succeeded. Congratulations. All right, next up is Amaranto, and we gotta wait for him to come back.
Oh, the problems of being efficient.
I mean, it's not entirely efficient right now, but it's efficient mostly.
I mean, as a funny tangent, going back to Jerry cheeking some stuff. Here's something funny. My son ran downstairs, took a bite of my brownie, and then just ran away like a little rat. So it was funny.
Yes, that well.
Oh my god, that's great.
Yeah, no,
Hey,
it
you're
came
back.
down.
Oh yeah, DJ,
Oh,
you
yeah,
have
I
an
gotta
A up
confirm.
to do.
You have an attack of opportunity against the Hobblehound 2.
I was going to. What happened to the first one?
Oh, he's dead.
It's dead.
Okay, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna take that.
Yeah, before so you get an AOP on the Hobblehound 2 first, then you get your actual attack if you want.
Knife.
So this knife AOP
Miss.
misses, so the AOP misses. But now that the dog's over there and the dog between you and Calvecker is dead, you can shoot at this one.
Yeah, 15 feet.
Remember, you can shoot twice if you use the second thing. Well, actually, do you have any BAB?
I should.
What is your thingy? Let me check here.
I'm just on. Yes, I do have a BAB of 1.
Yeah, so you would be able to, if you wanted to, just semi-automatic pistol. You take the FAT, you click that twice instead of the ATT. You shoot twice.
Now I'll just shoot once.
Okay.
Well, I just look at my abilities first. I'm still learning how to fucking play.
I'm still learning how to operate fantasy grounds, and I've been busy lately, or else I would have been doing test stuff over the week.
Okay, so I'm going to use Clever Feint.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if that actually brings up the feature page, but...
Does not bring up the feature page.
Okay, so pretty much as a standard action, I can pick an enemy within... Oh no, I'm not going to do that because I can't attack this turn, so fuck it, I'm not going to do that.
I mean, you can attack this turn if you use your pistol.
Well, no, it's a standard action.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Because it's a standard action, I can't exactly do that, so just pop, pop, pop
You
with a
can just
pistol.
pop twice, yeah. See, that hits.
Yay, damage. 1.
Beautiful.
That... That's moralizing.
That's the only damage it's taken.
Ah!
As it now turns around to attack you!
Work.
And
Is it?
hits.
No, it doesn't.
Why does it have a plus? No, it. What the fuck? Hey, let me look at something. real
How's
quick.
it have a plus 10?
It's lost.
You said get lost?
No, I said it flossed. I said it flossed its teeth.
Oh.
Yeah, something real quick.
Although get flossed does sound like a really mean thing to say to someone. It was like, oh yeah, you know how bad you are? Get flossed.
Huh?
Yeah, but what does that mean? Don't answer that question, but what does that mean?
The
Don't
dance.
ask questions. That's what it means.
Yeah, at this point, it's the
You
dance.
stand over the body and you just do it.
One second.
Yeah, that's when all those kids who think they're really good at games because they shot somebody in Fortnite stands over them and taunts.
Huh?
Checking some stuff. No, it's got a plus 10 to its bite.
Okay, then yeah, I get hit. Roll damage.
Oof.
Take 11.
Ouch.
As I not even fucking aim at you, I just realized.
Don't worry, I'll put it in.
So don't worry. I will be fair.
I put it in.
I will reroll the damage to be nicer. Only take 7 instead of 11.
Snowy, I just said I put it in.
I was trying to be nice about this in order to ensure that you don't.
No, it's fine. Like,
All right, fine.
I
Take your 11 damage. Take it to
See
the
how
bank.
you like it.
Take your 11 and get flossed.
Calvek.
is this gonna be a joke tonight? Get flossed.
Yes.
Okay.
Your friend's getting his ass and probably his fucking thigh bitten.
All right, I'm gonna
You need
move
soap?
here. Wait,
All right, you move there.
there we go. And then it's got wounded. I'll go for the. I'll try doing that double attack this time properly.
Okay. First attack. You didn't aim at the.
Oh, oops. Goddamn.
Now, how was
I
that?
forgot I killed the other one.
That keeps happening.
Now.
Shush you.
He's telling you to aim.
A chillin'.
Wow.
I don't want that.
Yeah. Okay.
on,
now maybe.
We're being attacked by the chillin'.
Okay, so that's again.
Alright, that hits. Go and roll damage. Alright, there we go. That's some decent damage. Go ahead and remember to roll your second attack.
Dermage.
DiMaggio. Hey, that hits.
Joe DiMaggio?
Make some more murder.
Oh.
It's not as impressive, but still pretty heavy hit. No! As someone at the edge of the map, what are you gonna do?
Continue to be at the edge of the map, I guess.
Alright, you're gonna just hop over there between the crates?
And I'm going to use.
So I'll confirm your movement.
There's no roll button for this one. Fuck you.
What is it?
I put it in here. It's oh wait, no, sorry, that's
Yeah.
the wrong one. It's that one.
There we go.
Yay!
Did you aim it?
You
Did you
forgot
aim it,
to
doggo?
aim.
God damn
Hold
it.
on. There we go.
These encounters are
I
cursed.
meant to
Well,
push the button to show which spell I was going to use, and then it automatically threw a dice.
Here's the thing. Since you've already rolled, and I can tell you that's gonna hit, go ahead and just roll damage on that.
Okay, the damage is... Where's my damage? Hold on, let me actually open the correct spell.
Oh, it's no question. Did you actually update Fantasy Grounds today?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
2
So did
damage.
I.
All right. Well, I'll just slap 2 damage on the Hoondy Hoond. There. All right. Amaranto, there's a dog in front of you.
I'm gonna knife it.
There's actually 2 dogs in front of you. One of them's a good boy, and the other one's clearly a bad boy.
I'm gonna knife him.
Knife him.
I'm gonna target first. Did I hit?
That does not.
Motherfucker.
Even with the +2 flanking?
Yeah, you
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
have the +2 flanking. Try
I
that
forgot to
again.
do that.
There we go. Go
Oh,
back
God.
to Amaranto. Try that again. I'm gonna bounce around a bit.
Do you want me to roll that again?
Yeah, just roll it again.
Okay.
Well, we tried.
The fates willed it. Fates willed it for me to miss.
Well, good news. The Hobhound also misses.
missed.
Good boy. What are you gonna do now?
Apparently, he's still being attacked by the chillin. We
Nope,
can't hear you,
chill-
mate.
Chillin just
There you
left
go.
this time. Okay. Second verse, same as the first. Actually, you know what? How low is he? Yeah, I'm gonna go for multi.
That hits. Damage. Well, I mean, yeah, that's second hit.
You said go ahead with the second hit.
Go ahead with the second hit.
And Hibuski. Oh,
No
Is
Habuski
that
for
where
you.
you? I was gonna say, is that where you got Habuski from, Snowy?
No.
Okay.
I think Habuski
No.
is just one of the many internet things that we obtain via osmosis.
No, huck into the rock at
Oh
it.
my god!
Ah, the rock, it missed!
At this point, Elk is just like, "What are you doing?"
At this point, Jerry and Elk are like stepping out of
Okay.
the ship to go talk to everyone
Okay.
as they see the end of this.
Okay, I'm gonna take a 5-foot step back.
Okay.
Thank you. And I'm gonna shoot this fucking thing.
Alright, shoot it.
Wait, what the? Eyes? Why is one...
What?
That weird, because
What's up?
the second semi-auto pistol has a +4 instead of a +5. What the hell?
Hmm.
I don't know.
That
I'll look into that.
that's weird. Yeah, we'll look into that. Pardon? Oh no, it's because I didn't factor in the bonus for weapon focus.
Ah, gotcha.
So I'm gonna be doing just a single attack with the 1.
Okay. That'll hit. Roll damage.
Yay! We'll roll 1. Oh yay, 5.
As you
Sweet.
step back, you just fucking That's bloody mess as just like explosion as it just slumps to the ground headless.
Jesus Christ. You okay, Calvek?
yeah. I mean, you know, better for the wearers. Mostly just exhausted, tired, really.
No major wounds.
Nothing.
Awesome. So
I guess.
I'm assuming that by now one of the hobgoblins run over or something like that. So I had to cut you off, Harry.
No, the hobgoblin guards seem to be all right with losing 2 mangy mutts. They're currently, you know, assaulting the one that ran away.
Womp womp. I was gonna say Akyon's just like, okay, why is no throwing things today?
Yeah, about this point, like, Alkion and Jerry walk down the exit ramp just to see all this happen.
I take my last rock that I was about to throw at the dog and just half-heartedly chuck it at these two. Shot!
He just does that sometimes.
Alkion
To
just
find these
catches
two.
it. I was gonna say Alkion just catches it psychokinetically.
Not impressed.
Well, she's not impressed either. It just like stops in the air and then just drops to the ground because she has no time for this.
And then it lifts itself back up into the air psychokinetically, because I can do that too. And then throws it off screen. So shut up.
Can we have free movement now?
No free movement. I've removed your legs. There. Correct. Yeah. So, after all that bullshit, you're able to finally, like, wave them down. And, like, you're able to get a couple hobgoblin guards to finally walk over and help you guys load into, like, load the cargo into the 2 of the hover trucks that you were you were given in order to transport the materials up the mountain. However, I'm going to roll a die. I'm gonna roll a d4.
But is it going to die?
Yes. I'm rolling a d4 based on which of y'all look like you're willing to talk. Which means Null is not on the die, I'm sorry. But
Good.
let's be fully honest, you wouldn't willingly communicate. You're probably the most antisocial of this entire team.
I
Any
point
other
at
person
somebody
has
else
said
and
it
say,
too.
talk to somebody who cares.
Frickin' Noel is antisocial, Alk is just asocial, as in she'd rather not commune, but she will if she has to. Noel is just like, no, don't talk to me.
Okay. So, as everyone's unloading and you're trying to get like the proper paperwork and set up. By the way, everyone's been damaged. Go ahead and knock your stamina back to no damage, since enough time will have passed before the next event. Okay.
Oh
Oh,
god!
bloody smear.
Oh god, what the hell?
Oh shit!
It's a bloody smear.
What did you
Where
do?
the fuck did that come
You
from?
killed the dog.
Oh god!
Oh Jesus!
That's a bit more graphic than I expected.
I wasn't expecting anything. I've never seen this before.
Yeah, exactly! I wasn't expecting that!
Okay.
Just gonna close the mouth.
I was just kindly spacing out, and then just suddenly I just see in the middle of my screen, blood.
Just splatter!
Alright, turn.
I mean,
Getting rid of
I
that
did
now.
say it was basically the bloody mess perk which would happen. So,
The one time Fantasy Grounds decides to cooperate
oh god,
unintentionally.
oh, so much blood. Anyway,
The body just turns into a pool. Doesn't even dissolve. It like no clips out of the map and then
Anyway,
just a pool
I
appears.
closed out of the map. I'm messing
Same.
with my dice.
so
No, I'll save my question.
oh no, you can say you can ask real quick.
I was gonna say this is completely unrelated, but because we did level ups, one of the spells I took at first level is flight. Because I can still only use level 1 spells. When I gain access to level 2, does flight automatically become part of the level 2 spells I have, or is that something I have to take again per caster level?
Wait,
No, you
wait.
can.
Wait, what?
So what you would do in order to cast a higher level is that you would just use a 2nd level spell slot to then cast flight as its better variant.
Okay, so it's just a case of as long as I have it, I can cast it at whatever appropriate spell slot I have.
Yeah,
you're
up
basically
to its-
upcasting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because upcasting is a natural part of this system.
Yeah.
unlike
I'm just making
Pathfinder.
sure because it's one of those things that's like, oh, it has rules for up to
Oh.
6th level spell, and it's like,
Yeah.
do I have to put that in for every time I gain those? Okay. Thank you. Anyway,
Starting to
continue.
wonder if your first time playing a caster should have been 5e. Anyway.
No.
So, Alkion, as you're having this internal thought to yourself,
She's wondering, can I fly?
you don't notice what seems to be a hobgoblin guard approach you and tap you on your shoulder.
How do I roll composure?
I would say wisdom.
I would say a will save.
Yeah, I'd say a
Force of
will
will.
save. I'd say a will save, yeah.
Who's Will?
Hold on, question.
Save them.
Do I notice this?
No, you were busy with the paperwork and you're half-heartedly arguing with the quartermaster here.
Half-heartedly? Armando would be like, we were told to come here or else we would get fucking gunned down.
You're arguing to the point where, like, you're aware that if she wanted to, she could have you shot right here. So you're arguing to the level in which you think you can get away with.
But how composed is Alkion?
So on a scale from so scared she jumps out of her skin and flops on the ground to just does like the
dinosaur.
half-hearted karate chops, she's at half-hearted karate chops as she turns her head.
She probably immediately reels up a punch.
And you just see that it's a dude. And Hobgoblin Guard. But before you're able to answer, you hear in Castralvian, "What is you transporting guns and grenades?" He asks, and in a very casual tone. Would sure be a shame if they ended up in the hands of the Resistance.
Alkion's antenna probably retract a little bit because they probably went on high alert. And she probably just kind of responds in Castralvian. Can I help you?
He kind of looks over your shoulder to see the Hobgoblin Guards in the area either distracted putting crates in the vehicles or distracted listening to the argument between their quartermaster and this one delivery guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he just kind of like grabs you by the shoulder, pushes you aside behind a crate, ducks down, and taps just under his chin to reveal what seems to be an octo camo like mask, just like dissolve into a dissolve,
Mm-hmm.
revealing a. Let me see if I can get a picture of him real quick. He's got a great name, by the way.
I was gonna say Alkion needed to self-defend meter just going higher.
As he reveals himself to be a human of alright build, as the Hobgoblin disguise like rips away for a second. So, as we were saying, hopefully we can make a small business deal as you don't seem to enjoy the company.
Her head just tilts in confusion.
He gently tries to push you back behind, like out of eyesight of the rest of the area.
Alkion is visibly reaching for her gun every time he touches her.
He's not even touching it. He's just like he's like the it's like the
Go,
like
go,
half
go,
path
go.
thing. It's like just like out of eyesight, out of eyesight, out of yeah. Okay, good. Okay.
Oh, so do you
He's
have,
still
do you have a
doing
map up still or no?
No map.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
I mean, any motion of gesture that looks like it's about to touch her, she gets on the defensive, but she's listening.
So, I presume you're aware of the situation, and you can see what's going on here.
Do I see this?
No, you are
Yeah,
arguing with
you
someone.
are arguing, Sam.
Yeah, it's a DC 27.
He just goes, we were given a job and we're trying not to get sidetracked or rather screwed over again. We've already had one business deal go out the metaphorical window.
That's unfortunate. And yet now you're here selling guns to an invading force of a peaceful planet. Doesn't sound like any normal cargo I've seen from people like you.
We don't question what we deliver, we're merely the messengers.
So you don't stand to question anything of what's going on, why this is happening, or if it should happen to begin with? Even if you could have a part in tipping the scale?
Alcyon is kind of doing some mental math in her head. I believe I'm about 5,000 credits into debt. Too hard into debt to really care.
How much are they paying you for this mission?
Alk would have the manifest.
I was gonna say, hey, whatever the numbers are, she probably
It's
half-heartedly mentions it.
5.2 million credits or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Can't make any real promises, but if you get these in the right hands, we might be able to make it worth your while. At least partially.
Alk's gonna use her one use of detect thoughts for the day.
Alright, what are you gonna ask? Well, what are you trying to ascertain, essentially?
She's trying to kind of figure out what this guy's deal is, like, I guess why he suddenly approached, I guess.
Well, you can definitely tell from the quick thing he was at first going to blow the quartermaster sky high, but seeing the possibility of guns, he wanted to see if he can convince the people selling to the hobgoblins if they can sell to them instead.
Can I roll a sense motive?
Go ahead. You can definitely tell he's a bit desperate
Guy's a
considering the... No. You can definitely tell that he's a bit desperate considering he approached y'all with a really out of nowhere thing and might have risked his cover in this entire mission if it goes south.
Fair.
He's also still pressed up against the crate, kind of like half glancing around it, trying to make sure like no guards approaching.
Alcyon probably kind of thinks it over for a little bit. She goes, well, you're not talking to the right person on getting any deals made.
That's unfortunate, so who might I have to ask?
She probably does like a half indication motion towards Amaranto, the guy arguing with someone.
And I
That's gonna
told
be-
you the schmuck that intercepted us in orbit to see what our business here told us to land over here.
I don't care what serial number you give me, we can't offload here. We don't even have a place to store the weapons, nor a place to complete the transaction.
Oh, dude, your mic went all stacky there. Holy shit. It's like you bass boosted.
It was perfect for that, though. It
It
was perfect for that.
was. It fucking was.
Alcyon just probably continues. The hot-headed one is in charge of our little merry band. Any
Well.
negotiations go through him.
Well, considering that I don't have much of a choice at this moment and I can't simply step back out, or else I face the risk of you or some lucky schmoes either revealing my location or spotting me, could you call him over?
Alkyon's just gonna use her limited telepathy to poke Amaranto. She just goes, boss, need you over here.
You know what? Fine. Just make sure all this gets loaded up on the trucks and we'll move it out.
You're lucky I'm giving you a couple of my guards in order to help you get it up there. We're behind schedule anyway, and these fucking dipshits won't even start working. As she immediately turns around, looking at both her guards on one side and the slaves on the other. Hurry up, ladies, and if I see any of these boxes open, I'm shooting on sight.
One of the
Amaranto
boxes is already open because Jerry opened it.
Well, I think Alk and Jerry went through the effort of making sure that got sealed up.
Yeah, a little bit.
What the fuck?
The ice cream truck's here.
Dude, ice cream!
No.
Everyone break game, let's go.
Okay, my iPod turned on, and apparently it somehow received the whole thing of, oh, hey, you got a Discord call last night. But apparently it didn't receive it that way.
It's so important you get the call that happened in the past.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
But, anyway.
Discord call to take, DJ, go.
No, shut up.
In the meantime, Nola's just going to be aggressively uninterested.
Yeah, Alk just kind of mentally directs Amaranto to where she is, and before just kind of making sure the coast is somewhat clear.
Anyway, Amaranto just turns off, walks around, and just mutters in the front of his head, "I can't wait to be done with this fucking job." And he walks back to where Alk is, or where she's directing him.
From Amaranto's perspective, it just looks like she's looking at rocks.
So, Amaranto, as you walk over to where Alkyon's like kind of standing a couple feet away, as you like pass by the crate, you're immediately met with a pistol pointed to the side of your head. Act calm. Walk over.
Okay, can I roll? What can I roll to? Can I roll a sleight of hand or a stealth to already have my pistol drawn on him?
Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand with... Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, you motherfucker! I was on a 17!
So...
Hover.
So you fumble with the pistol at your side holster, and you're about to pull it as you just hear like the soft click of like of his pistol safety goes off, and that immediately drops your focus as you drop your gun.
Alk just uses psychokinetic hand to make sure it doesn't make a noise.
I said, act calm.
You say this, and you immediately walk up to me.
I didn't notice. First off, you walked past a crate that he was hiding, pressing against.
Again, my point is like he tells me to act calm when he's the one being the fucking aggressor.
I'm not sure if I can trust you yet. And I'm taking a big ass risk right now. So step over. We'll put away our guns.
You're gonna wait first, and I'll walk over.
It's too. I need step to the side. Step. You sidestep here. It's like 2 steps. It's 2 steps.
Just put one foot.
You know what?
Is this guy a dwarf or is he a human?
He's a human.
Okay.
Or actually, is he a dwarf?
He's got the beard of a dwarf.
Oh, he's a
legs of
dwarf.
human.
He is a
He
dwarf,
looks-
so he's about a foot. He's about a foot shorter than you.
I was gonna say he looks very short.
Yeah,
He looks very
short.
stout. Yeah, that's why I'm like,
He's
is he a
like
dwarf?
He's like maybe a foot shorter than you.
And especially since his name is Vog Mindbrewer.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Better.
Yeah, that makes more
You're
sense.
being threatened by like a dwarf. As he's like, you know what? Fine. As he immediately holsters his pistol, just like there. Just step over. not
And
make a
Amaranto
scene.
does,
You
like-
already dropped your gun.
Amaranto picks it back up from Helk holding it.
All
He
right.
just gives it.
So, long story short, is you told your fucking Lashunta friend here, if you go off course and send it to the base camp across the mountain with resistance, we might be able to make it worth your while. Hello?
Thing is, we're already 1.5 feet in the shitter because of us trying to help someone out to keep him from losing his retirement, and because the freaking corp that we're working with already pretty much fucked us over. So we're just normally I would love to help take down an oppressive force, but it's just circumstances aren't favorable right now for any of us.
This authority is going to stomp us to the ground when they can and move on to the next planet over and over again. The more they do that, the more powerful and the more radiance they have. For all we know, they could be planning for the Pact Worlds next. And you're sitting here worried just because you got a fucking pink slip because you helped someone's retirement? This is an entire extermination we're talking about. There are people fighting for their lives against these fuckers. And hunting rifles aren't going to do it long enough. This ends with us dead and them going after someone else. Just asking to supply us for another fortnight and attempt to hold them back and stalemate them for a bit longer.
No.
We'll pay you if we can.
Sorry.
You either do this deal or you deal with whatever the fuck's waiting for you when you go down that mountain pass. Because I have it on good intelligence that they're waiting for whatever shipment truck goes down there. Resistance is waiting to hit whatever shipment truck goes down there, be it you or them.
Now they didn't open up any of the crates, right? From what I saw.
They have not opened up any of the crates.
They just know it's weapons due to the manifest.
Yeah, I'm just making sure because it's just at the same time, they didn't open any of the crates. But were they opened up when we received them or no?
They were not. They were sealed.
Okay. But the thing is, at the same time, we could probably, if anything, what my plan is now, we could sling this back on what's his nuts back on what's the undead planet name again?
It's not the undead planet. It was the
Oh yeah, the drow
Um,
planet.
Middle something.
yeah. It was apostate, I believe.
Yeah, apostate,
Apostate, yeah.
I think.
Yep.
Regardless, but it's just like we can sling this in the fact of the matter of that they attempted to that what's his nuts attempted to screw over J-Core or GFJ, what GFC, whatever.
EJ.
EJ, yeah, EJ Core out of a shipment, or these screw over the hobgoblins over on a shipment just to make a quick buck.
Either way, depending on how you do, as he's just gonna like, listen. If you agree to help, we'll pay you what you can, and we can even ensure that it's a safe trip out down the mountain.
The thing is, do you have it? The one thing I'm concerned about is that do you have enough credits to make up the bulk?
I don't know personally. I'll get in contact with someone, see what we can do.
Okay.
Just- I need to know if you're willing to help us here.
Okay, I'm probably just mentally with telepathy to Amaranto. We are very much in our own line of debt. The two of us in specific, at least. Hello?
Were you the one that bugged one of the crates on the inside? Or did Amaranto not know about that?
You guys would have been told, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm just making sure as
yeah,
Amaranto
Jerry mentioned all of us.
says to Vogue.
He's going to quickly pull up his data pad and kind of show you something. It's like, we've been tracking the signals since about 3-4 hours ago, about when y'all have landed. An anonymous source about a week and a half back mentioned that there'd be a weapons deal down here. Told us to follow this ping.
Where'd that anonymous source come from?
Off system.
Yes, I figured that, but where off system?
We don't know. I was sent here alone to verify its credibility. And clearly, since y'all are here, that means something's there, as the ping only ended about an hour ago.
Due to...
Can I do a sense mode to see if he's not bullshitting us? And the fact that this we were sent here specifically at this site because of the resistance faction?
Go ahead, roll sense motive.
While he does that, Alkyon's just like, the
Boo, it's above a 10!
Signal only ended due to a certain rodent and their ability to sniff out weird things.
So DJ, you're able to tell that he's trying to be as truthful as possible with not revealing everything, since he is technically on a mission behind enemy lines, and he's putting a lot on the line here.
Listen, pal. I don't know you. You know me. I get that, but it's just... I need to know what is what and what is. Because regardless of the matter being, we're probably the best damn shippers shipment crew out there for EJ Core. Despite our own morally based screw ups in their eyes. So I just need to know who set up that bug, and was it done from the start location of the leg of our journey, and I tell them when and where we got the stuff.
All right, just give me a second.
Can I roll a diplomacy for that?
Go ahead.
What the fuck does it mean rolling high then low?
Let me contact the one handling this mission. Make sure no one walks on me since I'm kind of neck out right now. As he kind of touches a thing under his chin that immediately brings the hobgoblin guys back.
Oh man, he's got camel beard.
Yeah.
Oh, ignore that.
and then he just seems to crouch down as he presses against like the underside of his ear.
A camel beard.
Camo beard. After like 10-ish minutes, comes back. Signal came from just outside the Pact Worlds. We aren't able to triangulate what planet because it seems to have been using a repeater in order to scramble where we could find them.
Sorry, can you repeat that? Discord bugged on me for a minute.
The signal apparently came from just outside the Pact Worlds, but they can't triangulate the location of which planet because they were using a signal scrambler, so it could be with any of the Outer Worlds planets. At least closer to the inner circle.
And that is that pretty much where we started off from?
That would be a roundabout where Apostate is, but there are like 5 other planets in that area too. As for money, we only have about 3 million credits to spare. But
Okay.
consider this. If you take this deal that's 3 million credits, you can send to your creditor. Or it's if you don't take this and the resistance hits your truck and you're unable to recover any of the material. 3 million or no credits. Which do you want?
Alkion just kind of looks like she's doing the mental calculations of risk assessment.
Yeah, if anything, let's all discuss this as a group above board because I have to hit the bathroom real quick.
Mhm.
Alright, above board discussion. Go.
Sidebar. Woo!
I'll get tea while you guys discuss.
Getting D, we're ready to discuss. Cool. Fuck 'em.
So, all
There's
things
an easier solution.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not allowed to say it because that's metagaming.
Fair enough.
Is it fuck 'em?
Have you played through this campaign, Mischief?
All right, fair enough. Easy way is to get the guy that's trying to coerce us into giving him our cargo, is to just have him trick the quartermaster into signing the paperwork early, and then just let him take the cargo.
Like,
I mean-
like, have you actually played through this campaign?
This campaign, no,
I mean,
Then how are you metagaming?
because Noel would be the one that thinks of it, and Noel is nowhere to be found.
this
no,
is an
like,
above board
this is
discussion.
above
What would our
board discussion, not in character.
What would our characters say? Because Alkion, for all intents and purposes, her main thing right now is she'd rather just keep anything that would keep her in a job. She doesn't really care about the morals of it. But that's also because Alkion herself is already weirdly not amoral. Just she cares for her safety and that of the crew more than greater ideals.
Question.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm assuming that I was pretty close the entire time, seeing as how we got off the ship at the same time.
Yes, but you wouldn't have been part of this discussion.
Okay,
It's-
just wanted to confirm that. So, outside of that, so the knowledge that we know as players is that he's hiding out here behind enemy lines, trying to pretend to be one of them. In theory, what Mistiv said, and I'm saying that because out of character, it would make sense that he would potentially have the authority to sign it, and he said it doesn't matter what vehicle goes down there, as long as one goes down there, it's going to get hit.
You know, like legitimate. His mission so far was to radio
Intercept.
back the information about the weapons deal and tell them if there are trucks going down there to hit. Because if he's able to convince y'all, then he can ensure that there's at least covering if things go south with you taking it to the resistance. However, if you guys don't take his offer, he's still got to call in the shipment.
Yeah, so it's either money or no money, but there's nothing saying that we couldn't use their trucks to bring it down, correct?
There is nothing. Specifically, you were told you only have their trucks at the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we could just we just need someone to sign something essentially saying that we've gotten this stuff down here. So like this is actually something that Jerry would think of too. Is like, wait, we need someone to sign something. This guy is willing to give us money, but we just need someone to sign something saying that we got it down here, and they want us to move it down there. If we tell them we agree to move it down there, but we need it signed now, then that will cover our ass if anything else happens past that. Whether or not we know about it happening ahead of time, potentially, is not of our concern.
Or just have the guy that you're talking to right now forge a signature.
Exactly.
We can say we handed it off to a hobgoblin that signed this name, and that was the last we saw of the cargo.
Which question? Is it the way it's signed? Is it signed like with an actual signature? Is there a code that has to be punched in?
I
Anything?
So-
imagine it's electronic.
I will mention, the quartermaster expressly stated that she cannot sign this off. It has to be the people at the armory to sign it off.
Yeah, I think that got mentioned.
Okay, fair.
Again, just forged signature.
I was gonna say just. So wait, no, it would physically have to get down to there for that.
No, this guy right here, we could just have him forge
Yeah,
a
I was gonna say,
signature.
just
We
have
say,
him-
hey, a hobgoblin signed this name and took our cargo.
Yeah.
We
I was
get
gonna
our
say-
full pay and whatever they're offering.
There is one hole in this, and I will mention that he is disguising himself as a guard, not anyone that would be able to sign.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's not like they can prove who signed it. We just have a name.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like.
It's not like we have picture evidence of who signed it.
Considering the fact that it's all digital, it's probably a situation where a code from the location that need to be delivered, there has to be a handshake there. It's not like signing off a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Wait,
It's
it's
like
just needs to be signed at
there's a
location,
digital
then.
handshake that needs to happen that can't be done here.
I mean, all things considered, it may be a thing of Alcyon with infinite intelligence, quote unquote. She would probably think of some sort of thing of at least kind of being able to get something where we have, like, I wouldn't say a dummy shipment, but something that we still physically take to the armory, have it signed off, and we bolt while the rest of the actual cargo is sent off to these other guys. But that's a matter of whether or not Alcyon has enough will in her to actually care.
You mean like taking a bunch of empty boxes down there with like one real box that they open up to inspect?
Or at the very least, like half. And
Yeah, because I think based on what he said, the entire shipment we have would be more than what they're even looking for. He said they need something at least to last them a fortnight, which I think the amount of stuff we have would last plenty long, even if we only gave them like a third to half.
Yeah, so I'm assuming there's more than one truck. So if we can just split it, like let's say half and half, and
Yeah,
just
two
have
trucks.
like
You do know that it's two trucks. You don't know the situation in which the trucks will need to be escorted, but you know that there are two trucks currently being loaded up with the stuff you need to deliver.
well, we know there's at least gonna be a couple of guards if. So yeah, no. Here's what we need to have happen. We need to be quote ambushed, and have one truck be able to make it for the sake of the knowledge of it getting there, and
like they take
The
half the
other truck
cargo
you
or
take
something
it.
like that, and we'll just finish shipping the rest of the half.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say if this
The
guy's
issue-
posting-
The big issue being that if we get down there with half of the cargo that's on the manifest, they're gonna know something happened. They're
Well,
gonna
we're
ask what
gonna-
happened to the rest of it.
ambush,
I mean-
get those guys knocked out, and then load up the other crates that are empty into the other one.
I would just like, I don't care how you guys handle the situation. I would just like to ask that if you guys do end up deciding to just let them ambush us at some point, just make sure to specify that if any of us surrender, that none of us will be hurt. Because if we get ambushed, Noel is just raising his hands and saying, "Fuck this."
Yeah,
I was gonna
I'm
say
a
that
doctor, not a soldier. Fuck you.
I was gonna say Alk would probably Well, one, maybe given this guy is posing as a guard, he could be part of the escort quote for the team that is going to get ambushed while the rest, continues forward.
I would
But that
assume
might
he
be
would
a
want to be
case
part
of
of that.
that it would probably be a case of that Alec and Amaranto would have to stick with that guy since they'd be most understanding of the plan, or at least have them split up so one can talk their way out of the situation at the armory, being like, we got ambushed on the way here, but we managed to get one truck through.
Yeah, exactly. Or at least like half of our shipment was able to get through, and we were ambushed by rebels.
The problem is that Alec has very little in terms of diplomacy or bluff.
That would be
Now,
Amaranto.
now, do note this is y'all's side of the plan. He might have a plan to share with y'all, and then you can work from there.
Okay.
This is our above board.
Yeah,
Yep.
this is our above board plan.
We can
But it
go
sounds
into
like we're
actual conversation.
planning
second half.
on maybe helping the guy. It's just that Alkion has her reservations, but that's because she's more interested in not being in debt than any
Yeah.
greater good.
Yeah, exactly. And while Amaranto's own sense of good is like because he's neutral good, so he could care less about the law or order over here. But it's just like
The law and the order.
Done.
he's still a good person at heart, and what's happening is definitely not good. But at the same time, he needs to look for himself and Alk, because it's just like they're stuck together.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Alk is the chaotic good. She likes doing the right thing, but it kind of ends up mostly being self-serving, or in the end, she doesn't care about greater ideals.
Okay, y'all ready to go back down? Back down to our regular roleplay?
Back down to whatever planet we were on before.
Yeah, basically.
Back in character.
Okay, so
Back in character,
so-
Amaranto, you're looking at a dwarf a foot shorter than you.
So pretty much after, I would say, like about a minute of brainstorming, it's like, okay, unless you have some sort of idea, this is what I propose. You come with us as part of the guard escort. You ambush us, air quoted, and take half the shipment, and we bring the other half there and explain that we were ambushed and we lost one of our escorts. You.
Alright. Small issue with that.
Yes.
We barely have enough people separated to even have executed the plan of ambushing the trucks. It was my thing to attempt to see if I could stop them here. If we are to get these trucks, we need to keep it on the down low, because any gunfire would immediately alert their superiors as they are watching that path intently. So, the current plan, if you are willing to help us, is that there is a turnoff. Let's see if I can, as he pulls up his map in order to kind of pull it up.
But you don't actually have a map, do you?
I don't have a map, I'm just
Damn. Sadness.
reading some stuff real quick.
But Vog has a map. It's okay.
So, there's a turnoff on Mount Winter Peak. There's an old cabin off the side of the road. You take a left there instead of the right up the mountain. You take the left down the mountain.
And is there like a lapse in their surveillance or whatever, or?
They're only patrolling the route as it ascertains to their armory. That turnoff would immediately get you off their radar. However, we can't spare a lot of people to help you out there, meaning that getting the truck there will be entirely up to you. They're bound to get suspicious when they note that you're taking a wrong turn, as they've patrolled that route over and over again. Meaning that getting the truck there is up to... Getting the truck past that point is up to you, whether or not you have to take out your escort or whatever. We only need one truck in order to keep us alive. We don't need both. Now, there's going to also be another small situation. If this mission is to go through, there might be a difficulty of y'all getting back to your ship. I'm offering to stay behind and make sure that that ship comes back to you and meet you at the resistance base afterwards, with your ship in tow. There we can discuss ensuring that you get the full amount of payment that you guys need. Like I said, we can only pay for about half, so we're only asking for half.
God, this is really just a conundrum of like, are we the bad guys?
Alkion probably is back to her usual dead staring, and it's just kind of a case of, well, I don't particularly care one way or the other, well, if we're good or bad in the situation. As long as we get payment and we're not about to get completely fired. Or worse.
If anything, you can probably play it if the second truck was to get destroyed. You can play it as an ambush that you barely got out of. But that would require you taking out anyone before they contact the superiors.
Alkion just looks at Amaranto with a look of, am I allowed to be violent?
And knowing that look, Amaranto just pensively just does a yes, you can be violent type of nod.
Alkion just, like, her expression doesn't even change. It's just a case of,
just the
As long as
smallest of smirks.
as long as I won't have to do any talking.
Well, if any, does she say that in his head?
She says that out, like, she's not indicating, do I get to be violent to the other guy? It's just, as long as I don't have to do any talking.
No, does Alkion say that to Amaranto via telepathy?
Uh,
Because you do have limited telepathy.
yeah. No, I'm saying that the part she just said is out loud.
Oh, okay.
Like, she's admitting, don't put me in the diplomatic spot, I am terrible.
If anything, sure. Like at best, you should be able to just if anything, we'll tell the others on what's going on, because either way, we're gonna stage this like it was an accident. And of course, by accident, Amaranto means that it's just like we got attacked and lost a truck. Which is just the matter of being like, that quote unquote lost truck will go to the resistance instead of the whole shipment going to the hobfuckers. Which, if anything, Jerry, you might get to blow up some scrap.
Am I close enough to respond?
No, that was
No,
that was out of character.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm asking before
that'd
I
be
say
something that
yay.
Alkion probably just, like, it explains to like, Jerry and maybe Calvac, leave Amaranto and Noel for the, quote, diplomatic stuff. And just, like, we get to be violent.
I like the thought that Noel is capable of diplomacy.
No, it's not that Noel is capable of diplomacy, but in terms of, is he the kind to go on into psychotic violence, or the kind to be at least be able to keep his mouth shut?
No, I'm easily able to keep my mouth shut looking at my -1 charisma.
Oh,
Yes, that's why I said
And no points in any charisma skill whatsoever.
That's why I was saying that put Noel with Amaranto, because it means Amaranto will do the talking,
yeah,
and
exactly.
Noel won't say anything stupid, while Alkion,
And
while she has some charisma, she's not trained in being diplomatic. She's trained in gun.
She's
I
trained to
guess I do
blow
have
shit up.
diplomacy. My bad. Apparently, I do have diplomacy.
I think it's still a case of, while Alk understands Amaranto on a fundamental level, they both understand in the diplomatic situation, Alkion's diplomacy is bullet.
Yeah, basically.
Hmm.
I still need to finish that one picture.
Which one?
The one of Alkion busting out of a place.
Oh god! I didn't even know you started that.
Yeah, I started a thing based on that and just, oh,
And like,
didn't you? Gesundheit.
Oh god, the sneeze went through?
a bit.
Did it like cut off like eh?
Yeah.
I heard the
Yeah.
wind up.
Yeah. It was the wind up. My hand flew to my mouth just as the sneeze came through.
Anyway,
Anyway. Does that sound good to you? He says to Bog.
let's just hope everything goes well.
Worst case scenario.
Worst case scenario, a truck goes missing, but you still get paid, eh?
Yeah, if anything, we're gonna try and set up a scrap bomb to emulate the amount of scrap that would be caused by a second truck. I'm assuming like these are just normal size like not exactly flatbeds, but like medium sized box trucks.
A bit bigger. Think large cargo trucks.
So
Not
like a FedEx.
wheelers, but like a bit bigger than a FedEx. Yeah.
Okay, so a big UPS. Got it.
Yes, there it is. That's better.
So the truck that I drive on a daily basis.
I know, right? It's terrible.
The ups truck.
20-footer, 24-footer, what are we talking here?
30.
30? Oh, it's a bit bigger than what I drive.
30 heavy duty because it's got to essentially hold 25 tons worth of firearms each.
Yeah, the biggest one I drive is a 24-footer, and that thing's fucking big.
Anyway,
If anything,
And,
there's no guarantees that this will work, but we'll try our damnedest.
how are y'all planning on dealing with the fact that they can call up their superiors?
We have a crafty scrap gremlin. Could probably whip something up.
All right.
Unless you have a jamming device on you.
Unfortunately, no. I got a couple chaff grenades.
Can I roll a computers check or an engineering check to see if a half grenade in that close proximity would scramble communication signals? I don't have any points in engineering. Fuck, would I be able to
You
roll
don't have any
computers?
points in engineering. What's your profession?
Profession's not on here. But my theme is bounty hunter. So
That's what it is.
Can I roll theme knowledge then?
Yeah, I'll let you see. I'll let you roll theme knowledge.
Okay, theme knowledge. It would be profession bounty hunter, but unfortunately, profession's not freaking on here.
So yeah, it would be theme. Do you not have theme knowledge on there?
No, I do have theme knowledge, but it's saying profession bounty hunter. So would I be able to roll culture then in place of it?
No.
Then it's just at the same time, profession's not on here by default, so I didn't put anything into it.
Let me look at something. Let me look at what you can roll.
Let me lemon lime.
You don't even have computers or engineering, which would be normal.
No, I have computers.
All right, if you got computers,
I have a rank in computers, and I don't have any points in engineering, and so it's only just a +2. But they're both class skills.
Computer or engineering would be what you would roll here for this. I'm surprised theme knowledge isn't based on here. Wow, that's dumb.
Yeah, well, no, profession is not default on here. It's something you have to
Yeah.
add. That's actually annoying.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say my theme knowledge is on here. It's life science.
Yeah,
Wait,
but
so
if
did
Deep
you
I-
knowledge, life science,
Well,
xenobiology.
some backgrounds give a different, or sorry, some
yeah,
themes
reduce
give
the
a different
DC of
theme
culture,
knowledge.
profession, bounty hunter checks to recall knowledge about your mark, as well as to recall knowledge about law enforcement individuals and practices by 5.
Did you say culture?
Yes.
But this wouldn't be a culture check.
Also, it seems that I never added a magic hack. Whoops.
Whoop.
Such magic, much
How dare.
hacking.
Anyway, would you roll me computer? Would you let me roll computers with that same -5 bonus to the DC?
Unfortunately, no.
Just roll computers anyway.
Yeah, this would be this is a pretty
Okay, what the fuck is me rolling 11s all night?
all right.
Mm.
With that 11, as far as you know, it would mask burst transmission between people in an area, but long range transmission would still be viable, as well as chaff grenades usually fuck up with local sensors because it just basically it produces a bunch of small metal flicks that fuck with sensors and such. Long range signals would still be able to penetrate through it, but short range wouldn't.
The only problem is that chaff grenades wouldn't help with long range communications.
So,
Best I got.
I guess as a out of character question, because I realized one, I never put in a magic hack, apparently, and 2, fabricate tech. Would that be able to make any sort of signal jammer?
Look, let me look. No, let me look.
Yeah, because I was
let me
supposed
look.
to learn a magic hack at 2nd level, and I never picked one.
Let's see. All access, enchantment, augment vehicle, aura reading, calculate trajectory, counter tech, direct denial of shape changing. Weapon.
It is
Okay.
You can create any single technological item with an level equal or less than level expended spell slot times 3. So right now I can craft an item of a maximum of level 3.
Okay, let me.
Well, maximum of level 2 because I'm only level 2.
Let me check what a signal jammer is and what that would be.
Also, off character, I'm not too concerned because of something that I pretty much always keep inside of my mouth.
Is what?
A
What was
gun.
Smoke grenade. No,
A
smoke
grenade.
grenade.
So that's not going to help with a signal jam.
No, I'm not worried about signal jamming.
So signal jammer varies. Let me look here real quick to see what it would probably be for y'all.
The only
Even if
thing it
it's just a
says
small
is
one.
can't create armor, weapons, magic items, or items with limited uses or charges such as batteries, drugs, or fuel.
Damn it, you can't make drugs?
No, she can't.
But, like, I need my Tylenol. Got arthritis.
There's available to buy at any item level from 1 to 20 can be purchased for a price equal to 100 credits times the square of the item level jam. Oh god, no, wait, the square fucking algebra in my thing.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so apparently signal jammers can be purchased for 100 credits times the square of the item level of the jammer. So
Did you bring math to this table?
Math in a tabletop RPG?
No, algebra in a tabletop RPG specifically.
Dear
I mean,
God.
addition and subtraction. You brought advanced.
Also, apparently I can learn a magic hack that I can spend 1 resolve point temporarily and learn how to use a weapon in combat that lasts for 1 minute per level.
Cool.
Wait, no. Any number of minutes equal to class level each round you use a weapon reduces the duration by 1 minute.
okay, here's the weird thing.
Hmm?
While it says the signal jammer can be used, can be bought at any level from like levels 1 to 20, it doesn't say what each rank of signal jammer can do.
How useful.
Is it like minutes of how long a signal jammer can go for, or no? What?
Hold on. Times the square. When activated, the signal jamming broadcast within 4 miles attached to a larger broadcasting station as those found on board a starship. The range increases to 12 miles. Blocks all communication devices from sending and receiving broadcasts. Each signal jam is designed to affect one specific broadcasting medium, such as radio or wireless. You can attempt a computers or engineering checks to bypass a jammer's effects to determine location of the jammer. The DC the bypass or locate a signal jammer is 15 plus the jammer's level, and attempting this check takes 1 minute.
Yeah, so the level increases the DC.
Yeah, and at the same time, its usage is one charge per every 10 minutes, and has a capacity of 12.
So you'd have 10 minutes to affect it. However,
No, we would have more. We'd have about
Sorry.
We'd have an hour and 20 minutes.
well,
Wait,
no,
no.
that's one charge per 10 minutes. So like one charge for a 10-minute period.
Yeah, and its capacity
Okay.
is 12, so we'd actually have 2 hours.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess the biggest question though with Magic Hat is that something Alcyon can create.
In
or-
the future, yeah, but I
Because
don't
it
think you have
says-
enough time to do so at this point.
It
If
says
anything,
Go ahead.
Charges, yeah.
if anything, Jerry, what you found was either what Jerry found was a signal jam, right? Or
No, it
or
was a
it
transmitter.
it was a transmitter.
Yeah, the only thing it just says that item persists for number of minutes equal to Technomancer level, and I think it said that it's a full round action
Okay,
or something
so
like that.
what they'd have
Yeah,
to
as
do...
a full action, expend an unused spell slot to temporarily construct a piece of technological gear from raw magic, and it lasts 1 minute per level.
You'd have 10 rounds to handle the situation before they are able to bypass the signal.
Or in Alk's case, it just disappears.
Well, no, you still have the jammer because that's what you made it.
If anything, so Ari doesn't have to spend a spell slot. My idea is, Jerry, you could probably use a couple of resolve points to pretty much narratively declare that you would have a signal jammer on you.
We don't use that rule set
I'm
here
just-
at my table.
That's why I'm suggesting it. I'm not making any absolutes here. I'm just suggesting.
I mean, it's a great idea. We just have to figure out how to get y'all a signal jammer at the moment.
But like I said, the main thing is
Oh
that
my god, can't we just use the fucking fabricator on the ship?
I don't think we have time to do that.
Yeah.
But like I said, using fabricate tech through Magic Hack it lasts 1 minute per Technomancer level.
Yeah, so you would have 2 minutes or 20 rounds, which 20 rounds would be plenty to take care of whoever's trying to send out a signal.
Yeah. It's just a matter of,
Yeah.
that is a full action that Alk has to worry about, and I have to make sure I'm not using too many spells beforehand.
Well, no,
Is-
what you would do is you would do it before combat, so you'd be down a spell, but you would be down a turn. You would
True.
set it up right as we were about to start.
True.
I
I guess at this point I will declare that, just for future reference, Alcyon is taking Fabricate Tech as her first magic hack. I don't know where I'm going to put that, but,
Probably under abilities.
Yeah. But
no, it goes under spells, apparently.
Okay,
Sure.
so it needs a number of ranks in the appropriate... Okay, so for crafting, needs a number of ranks in a skill appropriate to that item level. So considering you can make any signal jammer, Jerry and Alcyon.
is craft a separate skill in this again?
Just double checking this stuff.
Because craft is not
I think
default
it's
on the
just
sheet.
engineering.
Yeah, I think it's engineer. Yeah,
Okay.
here. For weapons, armor, vehicles, technological, the appropriate skill is engineering. For magic infusions and magic items, the appropriate skill is mysticism. For hybrid items, you must have the required ranks in both engineering and mysticism. For drugs, medicinals, poisons, it's life science or physical science. food, drink is life science, computers engineering, and you can construct a computer with a tier equal to half your strength and skill, blah blah. They're either engineering or crafting item requires you to have access to the tools on a workshop or similar space. Most starships have an appropriate area set aside, and such space can be rented at the same price as lodgings. Yada yada. Which,
I believe because Jerry is a mechanic, he has a mechanic's rig, which
Yeah, that would
which
work.
counts as him always having the right tool for the job.
Here's the thing. Base time to craft an item is 4 hours. If the number of ranks and the appropriate skill to craft the item exceeds that item's level by 5 or more, you can craft that item in half the base time. If your ranks exceed the item by 10 or more, you can do it 1/4 time. Objects larger than medium take greater, blah blah blah. To create an item, you must have enough credits total equal to the price of the item to be created at the DM's discretion. Scavenge similar items for parts, allowing for 10% of the scavenged items value to count towards the. Wait, UBS?
I think UBS is the crafting
Universal polymer base. It's the base crafting material.
Yeah.
So you don't have. Okay, so while you could, you don't have the base crafting material. That's good to know. I guess we can buy crafting material later.
Yeah, but it.
Sweet. That's good knowledge for the future. For now,
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it. We need to get the information to the
Yeah.
actual player characters, and we need to fucking do something.
Yeah, so so basically the only way you'll be getting a signal jammer at this time is alcohol ability.
Hold on, I'm just making sure that I'm understanding this correctly, because it says you learned your first magic hack at 2nd level. Does that mean
So you
second
have one
level
that you're capable of learning at level 2.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just that when I slapped it into my sheet, it stuck it as a level 2 spell, even though I technically can't learn 2nd level spells yet.
Okay, fun fact. So unlike D&D and Pathfinder, when crafting, you need the universal the universal polymer base, and as long as you have enough universal polymer base to cover the estimated cost of the item, that's all you need in terms of materials. Now you can scavenge materials in order to hop off a couple credits off the required amount. But essentially, if you find a certain amount of polymer base, you can use that to craft an item of same value and that stuff.
Okay. So, another thing is, if we want him to come with us and him take the truck, we need to come up with some way to create a scrap bomb or some way to cause enough scrap to be strewn around the path to the point where it looks like we actually were ambushed, and have the rest of the party sit down pretty much injured.
That might be taking it a little further than we need to, because we just need to get in and get out.
Assuming the way that it's phrased here and what he said, what's most likely going to happen is that one truck is going to go missing, but the remaining truck will not arrive at its destination. So basically, in a full scenario, both trucks arrive at the resistance base. However, in the scenario you're looking at, you're most likely going to have only one truck piloted by y'all arrive at the resistance base, where the other truck arrives either at the armory or whatever survivor contacts their higher ups.
Well, we do need one of us to be at the actual drop off point, because we need that signature to get paid.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the situation is you aren't probably going to get paid by the hobgoblins at this point if you take this route. You are going to be paid by the resistance, and you're only going to be paid for about half the shipment.
Oh, fuck, I hate moral dilemmas.
Meanwhile, I'm just sitting over here being like, did I remember everything I need to do for my character?
Well, there's the thing. He can't come with us because he has to stay here. He did say that he was going to stay and watch our ship for us. We could just double cross him Just take both cargo up top and then never come back for him.
Well, no, regardless, we're
Well, he's gonna phone into his crew, no matter what we do.
Yeah, he said he's gonna phone into his crew to let him know if they need to ambush anybody. We just say that we're going to drop one of the trucks off and then take them both up.
I don't really see the point in doing that.
Get our full pay?
I
Then we just come back to one angry dude instead of his entire resistance, however many that is. It's like, what's he gonna do? Gonna hop on the ship with us?
hijack our ship.
No matter what,
Hijack our
I've been
ship
told
with how
shit
many
in character,
people
so I don't
fully
care.
armed? Again, you guys do whatever you want to do, but this is taking a long time to make a decision here.
I mean, I think we already made the decision. We were just making sure that we can enact the plan.
Yeah.
Because none of us figured we would need a signal jammer.
Yeah, exactly. And also we're doing this with half of our primary frontline muscle.
I mean, like I said, like with Alkion's ability, you can quickly get a signal jammer for the situation made.
Yeah, and do we know how many escort guards will be here with us?
Not yet.
Fuck.
So who would be the best choice to send in a non-combat scenario?
It would be me and probably...
No, non-combat.
Yeah, non-combat.
Okay, so you and I then. If we could send Alkion, Jerry, and Kalvek into the one that's most likely going to be attacked from the inside by our escorts, we can send the rest of our party up, which would just be Noel and Amaranto.
Actually, no, hold on, wait, no, because Boggs people is going to come in and ambush the truck and steal it. We can kill the guards and have the rest of you guys appear to be defeated or injured, and as we're driving back, we'll pick up you guys and tell them, hey, they got ambushed. We don't know what the fuck happened. That's my idea. Or something like that, I don't know.
I think it would just be easier to send the ones that are best at negotiating up the mountain and just tell them that we got ambushed on the way here. Here's your shipment, sign, and then we leave.
I mean, that's kind
and
of
then the
what
other
I said.
party deals with whatever the fuck they got to deal with.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why
best case scenario.
that's why-
Best case scenario, we get half pay from the hobgoblins, and we get the 3K, and we get the 3 mil from the resistance.
I was gonna say that's why Al looked on Amaranto of, am I allowed to be violent?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Is
I
it-
feel like I'm just overthinking things at this point, and this is the best plan that we got.
Would Alkion and Amaranto be willing to separate temporarily?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so the glue has finally been unsealed. Let's do this.
I mean, hey, if Alpion is told, I need you to go into a place and shoot as many people as you find, she will just do that. It doesn't matter if Amaranto's there. You just told her, go in and be violent.
Okay, decision has been made. Let's move. Let's move.
I think we're waiting on Snowy.
No, I'm still here. I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for the entire.
So the decision is that Amaranto and Noel are going to take the truck that goes up the mountain to be delivered properly. The rest of the party is going to split off, take out their escorts, and then deliver it at the resistance camp, while Amaranto and Noel are going to try and diplomatically deal with the situation up top, saying that we got ambushed, here's your cargo, get our signature, get our half pay, and leave.
Yep.
Okay.
That's pretty much the mill of it.
Okay. So, after you're done discussing this, so you're basically do you tell Vogue that we're going to try to do this as best as possible, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's all we fucking got is
So,
that plan.
Vogue is going to hand you a small communication device.
Oh boy.
Close frequency, should be able to contact me if anything goes wrong, and I should be able to contact you. My frequency is 145.15.
Oh man, we got the codec. I'm assuming there's a favorites menu for the codec numbers.
No, you gotta remember that shit. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Look at the back of the box.
Yes! Back in the box, of course!
Which funny
I tried
thing?
to look that shit up because I didn't have the proper back of the box.
Which
I had
funny
the
in the
collector's
twin
kits.
in the Twin Snakes remake, it's still the same fucking number. So what? So what was it?
145.1.
1.5.
145.45.
1.5.
145.15.
Yes.
We're listening to the radio.
I can't. Okay, apparently I can put periods. I hit 3 instead. 145.15. There we go.
Right.
Okay, let's enact this, unless you want to wait until next session because we have about
This
20-ish minutes
rate-
left,
I think,
and
we
we're
have
missing
20
Robert.
minutes left, and we're missing Robert, and we're immediately going to go into possible combat, considering the fact that either way you're going to have to look at this, you're probably going to have to take out some hobgoblins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would be better to have a group of 2 and 4 than 2 and 3. And we can give Robert a rundown next session.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, we just need a way to make sure that we have a guide in the front one, so if we do have to take somebody out, we only have to take one guy out, and then the rest of our escorts are in the back with the rest of the party.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. That gives me a week to better understand Fantasy Grounds. Sorry, it gives 2 weeks to once again finally sit down and learn Fantasy Grounds that I don't have to worry about too much.
Yeah.
Right.
On the drive.
You'll drive. It's like Jerry's
And-
just drunk. He's like,
and-
I'll drive.
And,
Well,
and
I'm saying that out of
frickin-
character, because in character we still need to make sure it's been known that all of us know.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, yeah,
Well-
we can establish that probably at the beginning of next session. That way we can also get Robert up to speed at the same time.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
I'm just saying
no.
we need to make sure that happens.
Well, DJ, Anol knows how to pilot. Would you be the one to assassinate our escort? And Noel will drive?
I can most likely do that. It would be via gunshot, but I can most
Yeah, that's
likely
what
do
I mean.
that.
You can't. You technically can pull a gun and shoot a guy while driving, but it's easier if one person who is unarmed is the one driving.
I guess I'll ask of frickin' B team. Jerry had the better piloting, right?
Yeah,
pretty
B
sure I
team, yeah,
did.
Jerry has the highest piloting of B team.
I think he has the highest period.
No, I have
He
an
said
8.
+8. Yeah, I have +7. What's everybody
I
else?
think DJ's got a plus something.
+8.
Yeah, so tied with the highest then.
Okay,
Yes. So Alcyon is going to be in charge of gun.
Also, I have the highest bluff, so I can feint him easily and just do a Han shot first bullshit on this guy.
I have a negative bluff, so good luck with that.
Well,
Alcyon
you would be
has a
the one
plus-
driving the truck, not me.
I have a negative bluff, so I cannot assist you with bluff.
Hold on, what? My
It's like-
my
I like
bluff's
the
also a
idea-
+8.
I like the idea that like Noel is like just trying to drive, just someone gets shot in the passenger seat. He's like,
Just
God damn it! I just tried to drive here.
no, still just fucking blood splatters. Like, yep, same shit as always.
Same shit, different week.
I ain't
Was
cleaning
it
that up.
Tuesday?
wait, hold on. Don't you also have token spell? You can just clean up the blood.
Yeah,
I don't.
Fuck.
I do. I do, but that's not my truck.
Fuck.
Hey,
Well,
we
my
need
truck,
to
that was
we need to
problem.
assume that we were being ambushed somehow. So
Wait, so okay, wait a second. Out of character. All right, so let me get this straight.
just blow his brains out the window.
Blood sprays out the window.
You're going to
No,
shoot
no,
roll down for you.
No. You're going to kill them in the car. The blood's in the truck. The blood splatter's gonna be in the truck.
Yeah, no, we were ambushed.
Yeah, we were ambushed, guys.
The shot looks like it came from in the truck. And you're gonna go like, yeah, we were
No
ambushed.
question.
No, wait, hold on,
No,
wait, no, wait, perfect.
No.
No.
Amaranto has the perfect bluff. They fired through the open window Noel had and hit the guy in the back.
No, if anything, it would be through the windshield, and it just got the guard, so we just hightailed it out of there.
So do
Are
you
you gonna
token
smash
spell?
the windshield?
So
No,
do you
just
roll
go
token
shoot
down
the
spell
windshield.
bullet hell?
Just shoot the windshield.
Just say I had the windows rolled down.
That's what I said. That Noel had the window rolled down and they shot through the open window. He ducked and it hit the guard.
Question: who is driving the one that goes to them?
Define
Any-
them. The Resistance or
Them is
the
the place
Hobgoblin?
we're supposed to take originally.
That would be Noel and Amaranto are going
Okay.
north.
That's why they're
Why would
shooting
you-
the guards.
Them then. They don't need to get shot.
I'm gonna ask.
In case
like,
they try to call in their bosses, saying
I-
like, "Hey, we're being, they're going off course."
Okay,
I'm
I'm just
gonna
trying to
lay down a
confirm.
couple questions, alright? Just a couple simple questions for y'all to consider.
Yes.
One, what are you going to do with the hobgoblins that are going to be riding in the back of the truck with the cargo?
That's where everybody else is.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why I said we
Second.
try to make sure that we have our navigator up front with us, but then our escorts are going to be in the back truck with everybody else.
Second, what if the quartermaster is adamant about ensuring that there are hobgoblins in both trucks, or relinquish y'all to the front truck with a hobgoblin escort, and there's a hobgoblin truck following y'all?
Well, if anything, we did tell Vogue that we're
Then
going
how the hell are we supposed to know where we're going?
Well, yeah, no, like you have.
we did tell Vogue, like, we're gonna try our best to pull this off, but we can't, we're sorry.
Yeah, basically what I'm saying is, like, you have a navigator in the truck with y'all, or a navigator or two to help y'all out, along with a small squad of hobgoblins, and then the back truck that's supposed to be following you with the other cargo.
You know, we only need like 2 or 3 maybe hobgoblins with us, depending on how many people are supposed to be at the drop-off
Yes.
location.
They,
So we need at least one in each truck, and then
Worried.
however many
you
else.
might say that, but they might say otherwise. It entirely depends on how you guys
Go about it.
position this. Because there are multiple ways this can go about.
Well, this is a rather easy to deal with scenario. Because they did say that they don't have enough men to send, and we're lucky to get the
Okay.
ones we have. So at most we should be looking at maybe 5. At most.
I'm thinking, and this is out without looking forward, what they're probably going to do is relinquish y'all 6 or 8, basically.
That's a lot of people when they don't have manpower to spare. They
An
could just deliver it themselves.
An escort and 3 guards for each truck. Is what I'm assuming. I'll read on later. There might be a bit more people due to the fact that I'm having to scale this up for 2 additional players. And they make suggestions for that.
Well, there's also the issue of space. We can't fit that many people in one truck.
Yeah, it depends, Mister. I have not.
I was gonna say, it just gives more reason for Alkion to be violent.
Yeah.
Like in a normal truck, a cargo truck like that, there's 3 seats. There's the
I'm saying,
driver, there's the passenger, and then there's that awkward middle seat.
Yeah, that's
There's
up
no
front.
back.
And then the back, which is where the cargo is, because it's one of those. What I'm thinking is it's one of the canvas cargo trucks for military things,
Mm-hmm.
which usually has troops riding in the back protecting the cargo.
So what you're saying is we're going to Indiana Jones this shit.
Basically. So there will be 3 of y'all in the driving, and then the remainder of each squad in the back.
Then let's do it like this instead. Let's swap the positions. Have Noel and Amaranto in the back truck, where we're still going to the same place, but the people in the back of our truck are unable to see what's happening in the front. So we still have to take out our navigator. They hear bullets being fired, and we're just saying, get down, we're being ambushed, and we drive as fast as we can. And then the rest of the plan just goes as it was normally.
I mean,
Find out.
we will find out next session.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll see
But-
how We'll see how south this goes.
Yeah, so
Because at the end of the day, Noel and Amaranto only need to take care of one guy.
Yeah.
We just need to kill our navigator.
alright, so I
If
guess
any-
we're ending it at this point.
Yeah, I feel like there's not enough discussion, but also is the fact of having Robert be out of it.
Yeah.
And considering this is a major event, I don't think it would be fair to him.
Yeah, so I guess it's the part where we start gearing up for a raid.
Yep, and then you just
You're playing Shadow
Um,
Legends? What?
no.
For I'm going to raid Aelita, who's doing
Yeah, Mario 64.
something. Yeah, with a few of the egg pack crew. I'm gonna make it the frickin' get lost.
Get flogged. Get flossed.
Yeah,
lost,
just no
kid.
contest. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the stream tonight. Here is our raid message. Aelita's playing some games with the egg pack if you happen to know what that is. Otherwise, you should probably just go and enjoy the stream anyway. And we'll
Yeah.
see you all next time for probably whatever DJ and I are doing for Kokon stream.
Yep.
I'm gonna really hope this goes well, because I'm gonna read ahead in a bit and
Oh boy.
laugh at if this plan can't be really done.
Well, then we'll just
but
discuss
until
again.
then, later.
Anyway, yep. Thank you again, Snowy, for running this. It's been a pleasure for everyone. Hopefully, we can actually get stuff done next time. But yeah. Tomorrow will be more Legend Dragoon. And then Tuesday is CoCom with Airy, where we will be continuing our Pokemon Emerald randomizer race. And then Friday, I'm not sure. But see you all next time, and thank you for coming. Peace.